All right, when someone tells you to manifest your best life or self, do you know what they're actually trying to say? And would you even know where to start?
Yeah, our next guest wrote the guide on manifestation. Her book was just released in the U.S. It's called Manifest: 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life. Well, welcome to the show, the so-called queen of manifestation herself, Roxie Nafousi. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor.
Okay, so first question out of the gate, we have to ask you, how did you earn the name Queen of Manifesting?
Do you know, I don't know. It was Forbes magazine named me Queen of Manifesting. I started doing manifesting workshops throughout the pandemic and just before, and then I released my book, and it became kind of like a cult book in the UK, I guess. So yeah, I'm very honored to have the name.
All right, so speaking of the name, can you explain for people who may not know what it is, what is manifesting?
So manifesting is using the power of your mind to change and create the reality you experience. And I always say that it looks like magic, it can feel like magic, but it's not magic at all. It's actually a self-development practice, and it's really all about empowerment and really understanding how to attract abundance into your life.
All right, what are the common misconceptions, if you will, about manifesting?
So the main one is that you can just visualize your way to success. And a lot of people think that you can write a vision board, or you can do a visualization meditation and, you know, adopt a really positive mindset, and then that will be enough. But I think that's really misleading, because actually manifestation is all about hard work. It's about working on yourself and working on your goals. And it's about being the person that you want to become. It's a very proactive experience. Another misconception is that it's a ritual. So people always say to me, what's one thing I can do for 20 minutes a day before bed to manifest? And I'm like, well, it doesn't really work like that, because it's a way of living. And I think that's what my book really explains. There is, 7 steps, but you live and breathe this stuff.
We always want the cheat code, but you actually have to put the work behind it. So are there 3 steps that you would have for someone if they're actually starting out on their manifesting journey?
I mean, aside from getting the book, I would say that one of the first things you can do to begin that journey is to create a vision board. A vision board is just like a visual representation of what you want your life to look like. You can then really start with a gratitude practice. Gratitude has a very high vibrational frequency and will help us to attract more abundance into our life. And it's also just great for making us feel better day to day and enjoy the journey. And then I think also what I would always advise people to do is to really focus on your inner healing journey. And that's because we manifest what we subconsciously believe we are worthy of receiving. So our self-worth is really at the core of this practice. So anything that you can do day to day to feel better, to remove your blocks, which is your limiting beliefs, is going to empower your practice.
All right, let's talk about your book. I have it right here. Manifest: 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life. What inspired you to write this book for others?
So my life looked very, very different 4 years ago. I had been in a battle of addiction for 10 years. I was depressed. I had no career, no prospects. I was very much alone. And when I found manifestation, my whole world began to change, rapidly and magnificently. And I felt compelled to be of service to others and teach them the truth about this incredible practice, and in a way that was very actionable, very practical, and very easy to follow. So I'm truly so passionate about this book and changing people's lives through it.
Yeah. Well, Roxie, we thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you so much.
All right, and Roxie's book, Manifest: 7 Steps to Living Your Best Life, is available on Amazon now, and you can find more information on her website, roxienafousi.com, or follow her on Instagram at Roxie Nafousi.